Alright, so here we have a simple Pygame Halloween run game. This is a great way to learn the mechanics of a game engine and up your Python skills a little bit. It's built using Pygame, which is a great intro to help you learn fundamentals to start mastering any game engine. And we cover things like drawing with shapes, displaying images, handling user input, basic animations and movements, jumping in gravity, measuring time, using the sprite class, which is a nice little built-in that helps with like collisions and stuff. And then we'll also have music and sound effects in this game. Setup and how to play and resources and stuff are included in the README for this repo, so you can take a look there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the game, and then we'll walk through the code. I don't know if you can hear the music very well. It's kind of hard to pick up with my mic, but it is on there. And it's just a simple running obstacle game. You just gotta jump. If you hit something, it takes you back to like the end game screen, tells you your score and the current high score. Let's see if we can beat that high score. Oh, we didn't, so our high score stays the same. If we beat the high score, you'll see the high score metric also start ticking up. You'll see the high score on the top left is ticking up now with the regular score. And then you can see it's updated. So that's all it is to the game. It's pretty basic, but again, it covers a lot of the fundamentals. So let's look at the code. Looking here, we use Pygame as our main import and then just a couple of helper functions. We have two main classes here. We have the player, which was that cute little witch that was jumping around, and then we have the obstacles, which included the pumpkins, skulls, and bats. So just looking at the player, we have all these different images loaded in. That helps it make the little player look like it's animated. We just have the different frames, which is basically how you animate it. Put those frames into a list and then you cycle through those. We load both, so the sprites are interesting because they have both an image and a rectangle. And the rectangle basically kind of gives space to the image, so that helps, when you've collided with something. So that's what you'll see there is the image and the rectangle. And then we also have that gravity aspect to help with the jumping, and then we have that jump sound that you hear, the little boing boing. And then we just have a bunch of methods in this class to handle different things like the input. When we hit the space bar, we want the gravity to adjust and the jump sound to play. We want gravity to make it fall back down until we hit the height of the ground. And then we have the little animation function that cycles through those frames that we've initiated. And then we just run the update method on the sprite to make sure that we're continually staying up to date with the spacebar and the gravity and the animation. The obstacle is pretty similar. Let me go ahead and just collapse this so it's a little bit easier to look through. The obstacle is pretty similar, a little bit different because we do have several versions. So we just have kind of if blocks. The bat is the most complex animation, so it has some more frames loaded in. The pumpkin and the skull are just a couple, so those are a little smaller. And you can see the Y position for the bat is higher than the Y position for the pumpkins and the skulls. But the helper functions are pretty similar. The animation state keeps it animated. Destroy if it moves off the screen. We remove it from the list of obstacles, and then the update, of course, to keep it in sync. We have a couple other functions to help with different things. We want to make sure to display the score and the high score during the gameplay. We have a helper function to check when we've collided. And that is actually super simple with the sprite classes. We just see if the players have collided with anything in that obstacle group. So let's go ahead and look. We just have a lot of game variables here that you're welcome to look through. Loading different images, setting timers up. And then here's where we actually load in the player and the obstacle group, which is just a group of the obstacles. And just rendering some text and stuff. So here's where the gameplay is actually happening. Every time there's an event like a key press or something like that, this is gonna be run, and we do a couple of things. Spacebar gonna start the game. If the game started, then this is where we actually start adding obstacles. We're doing a random choice of either bat, pumpkin, skull, or skull. We want skull to happen a little bit more frequently, so we put it in there as an option twice. And then the mechanics of actually displaying the game are pretty simple. the bulk of the code is outside of this main function. We just show the sky and the score. We draw the player, run that update from function, and this is running like every tick, so it's running pretty frequently. So we're updating it very frequently. Same with obstacles. Draw the obstacle group onto the screen, which is that basically a list or a group of obstacles, and then again update those so they are animated and moving off the screen. And then just checking for the collisions. So if the collision check, if we have collided, then we'll set game active to false. And if we beat the score, the high score, then we'll go ahead and update the high score as well. And then this other else block is just for that screen to show before and after the game is being played. Looks pretty similar with the black background. We do have a different player animation just with her standing, and then we show the score and high score. If the score is 0, that says the game message to like press spacebar, but if they've already played it, then we'll show the current score and the high score. And then we just update everything every tick, and we make sure that we're only running up to 60 times per second. That's the most animation we'll need for a game like this. So yeah, pretty simple game, but again, it covers a lot of the fundamentals of working with the game engine, so definitely check this out if you want to learn some of those basics.